Okay, back again, this time with my December books. And I don't think I have quite as many as I did in that second November book haul. So, and plus I rambled a lot in the second November book haul. I'll try not to do that here. But the first books I'm going to show you came from my Boxwalla subscription. It is a subscription box that you get every other month. And they get, they send you like international books from all over the world. And they're like hidden gem type books. And then they send you two of those. And then they also send you like a non book item. And so the first book in that box was Oreo by Fran Ross. Let's see who's the translator. Nope, there's no translator. But there is a foreword by Danzy Senna and an afterword by Harriet Mullen. Interesting. And then that's the author right there. She's pretty. It's a really nice picture. But anyways, let's see. I'm not sure what this book is about. I'm just going to read you a little bit from the back so we can kind of find out what it is about together. I've forgotten. Oreo is raised by her maternal grandparents in Philadelphia. Her black mother tours with a theatrical troupe, and her Jewish deadbeat dad disappeared when she was an infant, leaving behind a mysterious note that triggers her quest to find him. What ensues is a playful, modernized parody of the classical Odyssey of Theseus. Oh, cool, with a feminist twist, immersed in 70s pop culture and mixing standard English, black vernacular, and Yiddish with wisecracking aplomb. Oreo is our young heroine, navigates a labyrinth of sound studios and brothels and subway tunnels in Manhattan, seeking to claim her birthright while unwittingly experiencing and triggering a mythic journey of self-discovery like that. That actually sounds good. I do not go in for books like this. I must not have read the description. I don't remember that at all. So I do not go in for books like that generally, but this one sounds good. I am going to read this one soon. Holy schmoly, does that sound good? Oh my gosh, I am really excited to read this book. Who is this author? And where is she from? Let me look if I can find something. If this gets too long, I'll just cut this part out. Let's see. Oh, in memory of my father, Gerald Ross, and my great aunt, Izida Bass Grayson. Who is this author? I need an about the author thing. There's no about the author thing. I hate it when they don't put an about the author thing in a book. There should always be a thing about the author, for goodness sake. Anyways, I need to look up this author because this book sounds amazing. Oh. Okay. So FDR, there's a quote from FDR, Flaubert, and then Wittgenstein. Why? That's a philosopher, and I don't know who that is. Why, I don't know everything, you know. Okay, Wittgenstein. Yeah, I'm going to have to look him up. I'm not familiar with him. Okay, let's see. Epigraphs never have anything to do with the book. Wow, I am so shocked. This book, I had no idea. This sounds so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna quit drilling over this book. Yeah. I'm gonna have to read this book very, very soon. This sounds so good. I'm dying to read that one now. Okay. The other one I got in the Boxwalla subscription. That Boxwalla, they really pick some good books to send you. There's been some flops, or at least I shouldn't say they're flops, because they've just been books that I'm not interested in. They have sent several really good books too. Like if you want something that's gonna introduce you to perhaps a different kind of book than what you normally read, or international authors, it's a really good subscription. I really like this subscription box. It's like $30 every other month, I believe. Totally worth it. Absolutely love it. Anyway, here's the other book that came in it. Life and Fate by Vasily Grossman, translated with an introduction by Robert Chandler. I don't remember what this one is about either. I probably didn't read the synopsis if I didn't read that one. I didn't read this one. Let's find out. Okay, so Verlin Klinkenborg from the New York Times said, World War II gave Grossman the materials and the mind to write Life and Fate, arguably the greatest Russian novel of the 20th century. Okay, a book judged so dangerous in the Soviet Union that not only the manuscript but the ribbons on which it had been typed were confiscated by the state. Dang. Life and Fate is an epic tale of World War II and a profound reckoning with the dark forces that dominated the 20th century, interweaving a transfixing account of the Battle of Stalingrad with the story of a single middle-class family the Shapasnikovs, scattered by fortune from Germany to Siberia, Vasily Grossman fashions an immense, intricately detailed tapestry depicting a time of an almost unimaginable horror and even stranger hope. Life and Fate juxtaposes bedrooms and snipers. You know, that word juxtapose, people never used to use that word when I was younger. And like now every other person on BookTube uses it. Like everybody's using that. It's showing up in reviews and everything now. I'm just like, what is the obsession with that word all of a sudden? Okay, anyway. Life and Fate juxtaposes bedrooms and snipers' nests, scientific laboratories, and the gulag, taking us deep into the hearts and minds of characters ranging from a boy on his way to the gas chamber to Hitler and Stalin themselves. This novel is unsparing realism and visionary moral intensity is one of the supreme achievements of modern Russian literature. Wow. That actually sounds really good too. I don't get into that kind of novel, but this one does sound good. I have to admit, I am interested. My brain is going here. Let's see. And there are 871 pages in this book, but really it doesn't look like the pages are just, it doesn't look like the print's not tiny or anything. So yeah, okay. So I might have to read that one too, but not as soon as I'm going to read this one. This one sounds really good. Okay. The next one I got is Lisa Hoffman put out yet another novella in paperback. And it's called Aura, and I have not read this yet, but I will be reading this very soon because I read everything that she writes because she is an amazing writer. I love Lisa. Oh, and that's Lisa right there. Isn't she cute as a button? She's a teacher in Germany, by the way, and the sweetest, sweetest person you could ever talk to. I just love her. And oh, I love her fantasy series, Dice Irae. In case you're interested, actually, I have it right here. I'll show you book 1. Oh, nope, that's book 3. My bad. Uh-oh, now I'm making a mess. Okay, I'm about to make a mess. Nope. Nope, Brandy, don't do it. Okay, Stealing the Light. Here's book 1. Oh, I'm having a little heck of a time here. Okay, so Stealing the Light is book 1 in that series. This is the old cover, like she redid the covers. Now the cover has a picture of a girl on the front, but I actually like this cover better. But Stealing the Light, yeah, so that you can see the title and the spelling of her name and everything. Don't have my glasses on so I can't see. Lisa Hoffman. Hi, Lisa. I actually don't know if Lisa watches my videos. Okay, anyway, let's see. So yeah, that's a really good fantasy series, by the way. It's not hardcore fantasy. It's like low fantasy, like there's low magic, and there's not like this well-defined magic system and all that stuff. So it's kind of in the vein of a fairy tale, but not really. It's more of a character-driven story, which is like my bag, baby. I absolutely love character stories. Okay, anyway, I'm carrying on. I'm rambling. So yeah, Aura, Lisa Hoffman. We'll be reading this very soon. Okay, and then this one I saw on Rachel's channel, The Shades of Orange. And I'm also in her book club. And she has talked about this book a few times. It's part of, I believe, a trilogy, the Messy Man series. Well, maybe it's not a trilogy. It might be a whole series, but I think there's like 3 of them out, at least as of now. This one is called The Nightmare Room by Chris Sorensen. And it is a haunted house story. And I'm all about the haunted houses. I like a good haunted house story. As it turns out, I actually didn't know that until this last year, but I'm totally in love with haunted houses now. So you know, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Oh, actually, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I believe he quotes Rachel on here somewhere. Maybe she quotes on the second book. Yeah, she must quote on the second one. What Rachel said in her video, because Rachel does not like haunted house stories, but she loved this series. And anyways, what she said in her video review of the Messy Man series, he quoted on book 2. So I was like, oh my God, look, there's little Rachel on the book. So anyways, yeah. Small things throw me, what can I say? Okay, now this, Dune, is one of my favorite books of all time. And you can't see it because the top 2 are my science fiction shelves over here. And so Dune is like on the top shelf there. My other copy of Dune, you can't see it. And it's a really nice copy. And it's got like these turquoise painted edges and stuff. It's real pretty. But it's not my favorite edition. This is my favorite edition. Oh, I love this book. Look how beautiful this is. It makes me want to reread it just so that I could reread this copy of it. But like, look how pretty that is. Oh, I just love it. Just love it. So beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, I am completely in love with this book. I'm not so fond of the end pages. The end pages in the other one are a lot better, but this, totally fine. Gold edging, the little cloth bookmark, you know, built-in cloth bookmark. But yeah, Dune, awesome book, of course. But yeah, this was a gift from my book friend, Sandy. Sandy is a lovely human being, and she knows that I have been kind of down and out these last several months. And so she has sent me a few things to kind of perk me up. She's the one that sent me that the stand bookmark with my name on the back, which I loved. She also sent me like a candle. She sent me something else, but that will be in the next video, in the next book haul video, because she sent it to me this month. So anyways, yeah, Dune, she sent this to me. She fooled me too. She tricked me. I didn't just give her my address. She tricked me into it, then started sending me stuff. But I love it, not gonna lie. Okay, and then, oh, that's right. Okay, so I was super into Firefly. Loved Firefly series. Absolutely love it. Saw the series, the movie, all that stuff. Totally into it. Heartbroken that it was canceled. Heartbroken that Joss Whedon never got to develop all those characters the way he wanted to, and the storylines. So, so good. But there are books being published now. There are four. No, there are, how many are there? There's 4 out right now, and then there's a 5th one coming out in March, which I have pre-ordered because I'm very excited. And I finally started the series. I read Big Damn Hero, which is book 1 in the series, which I'll do a review of that book. I won't talk about it here because I will carry the heck on about it. But anyways, yeah, this is book. Now, these are numbered weirdly, and I think they're numbered incorrectly. This one is labeled as book 3, but it's really the 4th book that was published. So I think this one might not be, because the date of the publish is like a few months after like the 3rd one that was published. So this is technically like the 4th one, but it's labeled as book 3. So I think this one might be like maybe a companion novel, because it even has a different author. Like the author on this one is who? Tim Leben. And the other ones were all written by somebody Lovegrove. And so I'm just like, well, maybe this is just like a companion novel and it's not part of the official series. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out and just, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just guessing. So anyways, yeah, but I have to have it anyways because it's Firefly and Joss Whedon is the consulting editor of this book series. So I'm very excited about it and I will read them all. And I'll be talking about Big Damn Hero in another video. So yeah, the 4th book published. Potentially it's mislabeled on Goodreads and on Amazon. But it's labeled as book 3. Okay, then I went to Kansas City to visit a friend, and because I live in a town with no bookstores. The nearest bookstore is an hour and a half away in another town, and it's a Books A Million, and it's in a mall, and it's really small, and it's not that great. So whenever I go to Kansas City, I always stop at the bookstores there, and I stopped at the Half Price bookstore, and I spent about 2 hours in there wandering around. And I found all these great paperbacks. I am so excited about these paperbacks. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys these paperbacks that I got. They're really, I don't know why I've got this sudden interest in paperbacks. I think because like Steve Donahue is always like flashing his old paperbacks around. And Scott Danielson, his old channel was Shelfware, but now he has another channel. It's just called Scott Danielson, which I would recommend that you visit him because he does a podcast and he's posting his podcasts on his channel, and I really love his voice. He has this amazing voice, and he's just like such a cool guy. I just really like him. Plus, we have the same taste in books. So anyway, but yeah, and he has talked about paperbacks, and he even like sent me one too, which I have not read, but I'm going to. So I think I just got like all excited about paperbacks because I just keep seeing them on the booktubers that I like to watch. So the first one I found, oops, I dropped it. Oops. Okay, so the first one I found is called The Alien Way by Gordon R. Dickinson, and I believe it's a first contact alien story. Let's see. This extraordinary science fiction novel is about Earth's first contact with aliens from deep space in 2007 AD. Interesting. So yeah, anyways, I thought that this sounded good. I love a good alien story, so got that one. And then I got this one called Ocean on Top by Hal Clement. And it is, I've already read this one. And this is about, it's pretty far into the future, or it seems like it's reasonably far into the future. This book was like published in 1968. I believe it was 1968. If I'm remembering that incorrectly, I'll put it on the screen here, but I'm pretty sure it was 68. But anyways, this is about like there's this huge energy shortage in the world. And so all the power plants in the world are networked and being rationed by this energy board. And what they have done is if countries in the beginning, even though they had made this treaty to like come together and network all of their power in order to ration the world and use it more efficiently, they built extra power plants to try to like, just in case everything went wrong so that they would still have their own power. But of course, the board aggressively like fished out all of the hidden power plants and plugged them into the network. And so, like, the attitude in this future is that if you waste any energy, it's just like it's this huge social faux pas. You do not waste energy. How dare you not think of everybody and be so selfish as to waste energy? Because it's like a huge problem. Like, there's like this huge energy shortage. Sorry, I'm sitting on the floor and I've gained 50 pounds in the last year, and now the floor is not that comfortable. My butt's trying to go to sleep. So anyway, but this in this book, one energy plant has escaped the notice of the board for all these like 130 years or whatever it is. And this man is down in the ocean and he comes across it. So there's this whole underground like country. It's like a whole country under the ocean. They live under the ocean. They've been biologically modified to live under the ocean, and it was just really, really imaginative. I am not going to go on to the details because I'm going to do a dedicated review of this book, but it was so imaginative, really creative stuff here, but it was still kind of strange at the same time. And since it was 1968, I'm thinking there was a lot of drugs happening in 1968. I think this book might have been a result of one of them. But yeah, see, climate change, or not climate change, but like the energy, the fact that we're running out of fossil fuels and stuff was acknowledged even back then. So this has been around for a long time. People all act like this is all like a new issue. It's not, it's been around for a long time. But anyways, yeah. So this book, I'll talk about this in a dedicated review. Really imaginative. The next book I got was Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Okay, so it says photo novel at the top. Like back when this was published, they were not referring to graphic novels as graphic novels. But that is what this is. It's a graphic novel, but instead of being drawings or paintings or some kind of artwork, it's photographs from the TV show. And then they put the dialogue boxes, and it's formatted just like a graphic novel is. I did not realize that when I bought it. I looked at it and I just thought it had like pictures from the show in the center of the book, and that the rest of it was just text like a regular book. And like I wasn't super into Buck Rogers when I was a kid or anything, but I still liked it, and it still is interesting to me. So I thought it would be cool to read like a Buck Rogers book. And that's not what this is. It is essentially a graphic novel. I do not like graphic novels at all. I have a really hard time following a story in graphic novel form. For some reason, the whole pictures and text bubble thing, like, I don't know, it's like it doesn't register all the way or something. I have to have words to read. So I don't know. And also I like my art in my stories to be separate. I don't know. But this isn't always the case, because I really liked like the Captain Raptor series. Those are like children's really short graphic books, and I think they're beautiful, and I absolutely loved them. I thought they were so entertaining, and I had no problem understanding those. Of course, they're for children, so it's a little different. But anyway, so yeah, I guess it's not always 100% true, but yeah, for the most part, I don't like that. So I regret buying this, but I'm just gonna put it in a little free library. Somebody will like this. Somebody will like it. Maybe there's a Steve Donahue in my town of some sort who will see it and appreciate it. The next book I got was The Beast by A.E. Vogt. And I'll just read you the little tagline. The time machine had brought together many people from many centuries and left them at the mercy of the beast. So science fiction and creature and potentially horror. So that sounded like a really good combination. And I was really interested in reading this, so I got this one. Oh, I forgot to tell you the author. The author of this one is, oh, no, I told you, A.E. Van Vogt. A.E. Van Vogt. And the next one I got is called The Year of the Quiet Sun by Wilson Tucker. Now, my understanding of this book is that it has something to do with society paying the price for racism in the future. And it's like a dystopian future is my understanding. Let me look here. Okay, an H.G. Wells type time machine takes this chilling story's anti-hero into a nightmare only a few years from now future, which many people will feel we have earned by our treatment of minorities. This highly entertaining, realistic novel is a Hugo contender, I feel, and that is what A.E. Van Vogt said about his book. And then someone named Clifford D. Seamack said, "The Year of the Quiet Sun is a story guaranteed to make you reluctant to open up tomorrow morning's paper. Feel for that for once a story may be truly predictive. The hell of it is that it could all happen without half trying." And then James White says, "One of the finest and most credible time travel books I have ever read. You should buy 2 copies of this one. If you lend one to a friend, you won't get it back." So yeah, this sounds really interesting. Again, I don't really usually go in for, you know, racially fueled stories. It's rare if one will pique my interest, but this one did. It sounds like it's going to be really good, and especially with the time travel element, because, you know, I'm like a sci-fi buff. So yeah, I thought this one sounded really good, and I think I might have heard of this before. The Year of the Quiet Sun seems like a really familiar title to me, so I may have heard it and just don't remember it. So I picked that one up. And then I picked up The Andromeda Strain by Michael Crichton. Does this even need a description? It's about a virus that comes down in a meteor or something like that and starts infecting people. So yeah, I've never read it and I want to read it. So yeah, I have the paperback. I have this in like a Kindle version, but I always prefer the physical copies. That's why I haven't read it yet, because I'm like, oh, I don't want to read the ebook. Not really. So anyway, so yeah, now I've got the paperback, an old paperback of it. So excited about that one. And then I got 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne, because I don't already have enough copies of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I have like 4 copies of this book. I really did not need a paperback copy. But I just wanted a paperback copy, for goodness sakes. So anyway, so yeah, I got it. And look at the cover. I really like the cover. Look, it's the guy in like the big suit underwater, like this big old fashioned. I really like this cover a lot. Look at the back. So cool. Yeah, I really, really like that cover. So anyways, I don't know if I'll actually read this, because I also did get like a vinyl edition from the Paper Mill Classics, and so I'll probably read that version. But I have the paperback just in case I want to read it. You don't know. Okay, and then I got Discourse on Method by Renee. Oh gosh, I forgot how to pronounce his name. It's probably not Descartes. I know that's probably not it, but I don't remember how to pronounce it. You know what? If I was, I'm recording on my phone. If I had like a camera dedicated to do these videos, I would just like look it up on my phone real quick and then pronounce it correctly and then edit out the part where I looked it up. But, you know, recording on my phone. So, anyways, yeah, I can't remember how to pronounce his name, but you know, he's a philosopher. He wrote this, you know, world-changing philosophy thing. And this doesn't look, I don't know how thick it is, but I have a feeling this is not the whole thing, because this is really tiny. Was it just an essay? What is this? Anyways, I should have looked this over better before I picked it up. I don't know. It was originally published in 1637. I'm not sure if this is the whole thing or not. I'll find out when I start reading it. But anyways, I've never read it. I wanted to read it, so there you go. Okay, now this next book, oh my gosh, you guys are going to die when I show this to you. Okay, so I really love Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I know a lot of people don't like this book. I love it. It is another one of these like tragic type stories. I really, really liked it. It made me cry, and it made me kind of mad, and it made me everything under the sun. And it also made me happy, but not happy. It was just, I had a whole mixed emotional response to this story. The first time I read it, which actually it's the only time I read it. I think I was like 21 years old or right in there. And I do have a copy of this. I have 2 copies of this. I have it in a really old paperback, and I have it in a vinyl edition. And I found this edition of it in Half Price Books. Look how beautiful this book is. Look at this thing. This book is so pretty. Look at this thing. Oh my goodness. Could you just die from how beautiful it is? It's so beautiful. And it's got gold edges. And it's heavy. It is so heavy. The pages are thick. I mean, these pages are, this is a nice book. These pages are just incredibly thick. Yeah, I'll show you the print on the pages. Really nice. Really, really like this book. Oh, I'm cracking. Can you hear cracking? Yeah, this is a beautiful book. Oh, anyways, it's super, super heavy. I mean, it feels like a brick. That's how heavy this thing is. Anyways, yeah. One more look at the cover there. Beautiful. Okay, and then I got, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to show you the non-book item that came in my Box Wallet subscription. Okay, so it's these little like calendar note cards. which I think are pretty cute, but I don't really have a lot of use for them. Because, I just look at my phone if I need to know the date. But anyway, they're like quotes from different books and stuff. Let's see. Well, days of the month cards. See, they're really nice. I just don't have a lot of use for them. So yeah, and then it has this little stand. So you just like put it on the little easel. We'll just put it on the little easel here. Ta-da! Just like that. Isn't that cute? I just think this is such a cute little thing, but I don't really have a place for it. And I don't like having things. I don't like having, little things that I have to dust because it makes cleaning take forever. So I don't like have a lot of like stuff just laying around, If it's not a picture on my wall or a shelf containing a bunch of books, I generally just don't have it in my house. So anyways, yeah, I really like those. I think they're really cute, but I probably will give them to my mom because I just don't have a use for them. I don't know. I think I could do like some kind of a collage, actually cut the dates off the bottom, and then I could like arrange them on a board or whatever, and then I could hang it, and that would be an acceptable use. I don't know. We'll see. I think they're really cute though. Okay, so on to the next books. Okay, so the next book I got was The Way to Freedom, the Dalai Lama. I'm really obsessed with the Dalai Lama. And so I found several of his books that I don't have, and so I picked them up. This one is The Way to Freedom, Core Teachings of Tibetan Buddhism, the Dalai Lama in hardback. And then I got, I'll start with this one. This was the original autobiography of the Dalai Lama, My Land and My People, in paperback. And then this is Freedom in Exile, which is the second autobiography by the Dalai Lama. I'm going to read them both. Okay. So I got those books. And then if you watch me, then you'll know a while back I did a video where I talked about how I was going to read the Dark Tower series that I had started reading in my 20s. I couldn't remember if I'd finished it or not, but if I did, I certainly don't remember how it ended or anything. But at the time I wasn't into Stephen King, and I had not really read Stephen King, but I really liked that. So I did some research and like found out there's like a whole slew of Stephen King books that tie into the series. So before I like make my official reread of the series, I want to read all the books that tie into it. And so I picked up Hearts in Atlantis by Stephen King at Half Price Books in hardback, yay, because it's one of the books that tie in to the series. I actually watched this movie. I don't know how close it is to the book. It seems like a lot of Stephen King movies are not close to the book. So like Misery and the book Misery, which I loved when I was 14, in the movie were not alike. They were not alike in some very key ways. But anyways, and like Dreamcatcher is the same thing. I mean, I didn't read Dreamcatcher, but I read enough of it to know that the movie was nothing like it. The movie was terrible. But anyways, yeah, so I watched this movie. I loved the movie. I don't know how close it is to the book, but yeah, we're going to find out. And then, so excited. Okay, so in one of my more recent book hauls, or in the last 6 months, I talked about these anthologies that I got. Can you see that in the, I don't think you can see it. Here, let me pull it down. I got 2 of these, like a fantasy one and a horror one, and it's anthology. And I was really, really excited. I got them really, really cheap for like $7 a piece. And at Half Price Books, I found the science fiction one. So I snapped that thing right up. I'm so thrilled. And of course, it's brand new. And see the cover, the nice cover? The nice cover? The book, exactly like the dust jacket. Exactly the same, which I love it when they do that. I always prefer when they do that. Of course, it does make the books more expensive, but I don't care. I absolutely love it. And I got this super cheap because, Half Price Books. Thrilled about that purchase. And then while I was there picking up that book, like beside it was this anthology. The Science Fiction and Fantasy Short Stories edited by Andrew Erickson. And so I picked it up to look at it and see what I would think. And it looks like it's going to be good too. And again, the dust jacket. Let me show you the dust jacket. Okay. And then when you take look at these end papers. I forgot about the end papers. Look at these nice end papers, right? So nice. See, is the back the same? Yeah, the back's the same. But then look, the cover also just like the dust jacket. Yeah, I love that. I don't remember how much I paid for this, but I remember it was really cheap. And it's also a brand new book. Okay, and then the other thing I got while I was in Half Price Books is a a novel journal. I have like 4 of these. I really like these. I use these as my journals. And I write in them, and then if I do something on my computer, then I print it out and just tape it in here. But this one is based on the picture of Dorian Gray, and the quote on the front is, "Experience was merely the name men gave to their mistakes." So if you don't know anything about these novel journals, like when the beginning of the book starts on the cover, the text of the entire text of the book are on these journals. It starts on the cover, and it goes through, and every line on the pages is the text from the book. So all of the lines are not real lines, they're just teeny tiny printed text from the book. And then at the end, it says "the end" at the back, on the back cover, at the bottom of the back cover. So I really, really like these, and they have the little strap to keep them closed, which is really important because I tape a lot of pictures and stuff like that into my journals, and so they end up getting kind of bulky. And so I like the string, the little stretchy string that goes around them to keep them closed. So that is all the stuff. That's all the books that I got in December. And I will do another book haul video for January because I have enough books in January so far to do another book haul. So yeah, I'll be getting to that. And then plus I have this whole stack of books right here. Books that I read that I want to talk about in videos. So, okay. So I'll be on a roll. I'm going to try to do 5 videos tonight, at least 5 videos tonight. So we'll see how far I get.